Happy New Year, everybody. Happy 2020. We're going to be talking about 2020 predictions in the games industry from your perspective. Let's talk about it. What's up, human beings? Welcome back to another Midweek Speak here on the Games and Groceries channel. And today, because it is officially 2020, we finally got here. Death is really coming for us.
Oh, jeez.
It's 2020, y'all. It's no longer 2004. I'm not in middle school, and the most popular band is not Relient K. That's weird. That's really weird. But it's 2020. I'm sure we'll have our floating cars pretty soon. I'm pretty sure that's what Elon Musk's next project is floating cars. We're finally going to get them. But
I'm sure that's his priority.
It's my prediction. Since 2020 has officially started, and all of these, gaming podcasts, including ourselves, they want to make gaming predictions. And it's just fun to talk about. We just want to discuss them, and we just want to know like what's going to happen this year, what's going to come out this year, what's going to be affected in the games industry this year in 2020. Because let's be honest, 2019 was good, it was great, but I feel like 2020 is going to make a huge impact in the games industry. What do you think?
No, I definitely agree. I mean, I think anytime you have consoles coming out in that year, everyone's going to be throwing their hard hitters because it's either going to be the last game on an old generation. Yeah. And at the same time, it's a game that's probably made also for the new generation. So you have that mix and you have that drive, and I think having new consoles and that just feeling of like new things coming, I think that always gives a year like speed and spark and excitement. That's the word I was looking for.
Now, we already discussed our 2020 predictions for the games industry in last week's podcast. Link up here if you missed it. But we have some exciting predictions. That's it. I think the biggest ones, the most confident ones, I think this year is going to be a major push in sci-fi games. I think Outer Worlds really set that off. Outer Wilds really set that off. Now we have Cyberpunk, and another big prediction that I'm very bold with is Starfield's going to come out this year in 2020. So I think 2020 is going to be a big sci-fi game kind of year. Yeah. And like I said, the other one was Starfield coming out this year. But I also think that the prices of consoles, I think I'm pretty confident on, is the big one for Xbox is going to be $550, but then Xbox Rubber Ducky, we're calling it, instead of Lockhart.
That's what you're calling it.
I think it's going to be $300. So they've got two different price options, whereas PlayStation's just going to be set at $400 or $500. Yeah. But you can check out all our predictions. That was linked up there. I can't link it twice. That's not how YouTube works.
Well, why not?
I don't know. Good question. Think. But we want to get to some of your answers. We asked you on social media, what's it all about? What are some of your predictions? And some of you answered us, and we want to just get into that. So right from the get-go, we have someone from Instagram say his bold prediction.
Volt Supreme says, I predict that Adam's Ascending will be released before the end of the year.
Wow.
He, like I said earlier when you told me that's what he said, he's really gonna like what you said about the consoles coming out.
I predict.
You guys are on the same mental track there.
But Volt Supreme, of course, is the sound designer, and he's running the score for the game Adam's Ascending, which is another sci-fi game that's coming out in 2020. We had Nick DiPaolo on the podcast as well, talking about his game Adam's Ascending. We also had Volt Supreme on. I think Adam's Ascending is going to be one of those indie games that I hope gets the attention that it deserves, because it's being developed by one person, Nick DiPaolo. The music's being written by Volt Supreme. He's getting some more people on, including a voice actor from Philadelphia. Hey, Philly, let's go. But yeah, Adam's Ascending, definitely put that on your radar. Definitely put it on your wish list on Steam. Definitely not sponsored. They're just really good friends of the show. So thanks, Volts. Then we also have an answer from @Commander Nikki. And Nikki has this to say: I stay at what I said about VR as long as I don't get experience a game stolen from me by VR only titles I'm perfectly fine with that. And I think I would just stay at hoping for it, but I really wish there was a Sadie Adler standalone DLC for Red Dead Redemption 2, which I agree with. That would be an awesome DLC. I can possibly see The Last of Us 2 pushed back even further, but that will be okay because I really want this game to be awesome and ready to be played on release. I think right now it's being delayed till April, so I could see them doing it just a little bit, maybe to June, maybe even July, but I can see that. As for prices for next gen, well, I'm not sure. I guess AAA titles will stay at their regular price and the new consoles, oh boy, which I agree with. I think games are just going to stay at $60. If they raise it to $70, I think they're running on really losing people right out of the gates. This is talking about console prices. I'm assuming they'll be up at regular new console prices, or at least I hope they won't get a lot more expensive. I guess I'll only get it when a game comes out from them, but I really want and after the first price drop, I think. That's how I've always done with new consoles. And yeah, I always say to people that whenever a new console comes out, you're generally the mass market guinea pigs, making sure that the mass market, like the mass production, that's what I'm looking for. The mass production of these consoles, what did they look like? And you're day one buying it, and you're essentially the test subjects for them. I always buy my consoles the year after they release. That might change this year. Who knows? I think, well, we said this in our podcast that I think the PlayStation 5 will most likely come out $400, maybe $500. Then you got your Xbox. The Xbox Series X is going to come out $500, but then the Xbox lock card is going to come out $300. That's my prediction, but I think Nikki's more on the right angle here, where they're most likely going to just do normal console prices because the market is just ready for that. They're not ready for a $600, $700 console. The mass market's not in for that.
And finally, from the Greatest Story Ever Played podcast, they said, I think this Xbox console will be the last one. The way they flirt with PC makes me think they want out of the console game. With Game Pass on PC, they already are experimenting too. I have to agree with that because that's like really random for them to put it on a PC when they're not a PC. So I agree. I think that's a good thought process.
Well, that's the thing. It is still Microsoft. Microsoft is always makes the PC brand, but that's just it. I agree with him, and I like his wording with Dan, where he says the way they flirt with PC. And I think that's the best way to put it. They're not really putting in your face. They're just saying like, well, at first, when he said Game Pass on PC, and when the Game Pass Ultimate came out, they're on a console, and then like, oh wait, Game Pass on PC. And to me, I was just like, wow, that's amazing, but at the same time, it's a little weird. Why would that happen? And I think with the Xbox Series X, when they put that first out, and it just basically looked like a PC tower. And at that point, it's just kind of in your face, like, listen, we like consoles, but we're going in the ways of PC. So, and I know Phil Spencer has said before that they don't really care about console sales. They just want to get you on the Xbox platform. And I think Xbox just wants to be a platform. And I also predict that Xbox Game Pass will come to the Nintendo Switch because that will be moving forward for them to just be a platform.
Have it everywhere.
So instead of them being a console maker, they're just a platform where you get games from. They'll be kind of like the Hulu, Netflix, where you get Hulu and Netflix on all sorts of devices, but then, they're not really a console brand, Netflix. The same way with Xbox. You'll be able to get the Xbox platform anywhere, but they won't be just locked
just
on
one thing.
So those were some of the answers that we got on social media, but we want to hear from you, the viewer. What are some of your own personal predictions for 2020 in the games industry? It is now 2020, so it's still January, unless you're in the future and you're at the end of 2020. Were we right? Were we wrong? That's cool. But write your thoughts in the comments down below. If you're in the present, right here, right now, in January 2020, what are some of your predictions? If you're in the future and you're December 2020, what did we get right? What did we get wrong? let's hear it all in the comments down below. We want to have a nice discussion with you. So just kind of breezing over our final thoughts about this, I want to just say that it's only just fun to talk about 2020 predictions.
Yeah.
I don't think we're really serious about it. I don't think we're just trying to like mind game with you. We're not trying to be Michael Pachters here. But at the same time, I think it's just, fun to talk about, because in the end, I think it's just better to have a shocking year, something that just floors you, drops your jaw, something that you weren't expecting all year round, than having 12 months of just to the form predictability. Like, I saw that one coming and I saw that one coming. Nothing really drops your jaw. And I think when you're just predicting, I think it's just fun to discuss, but nobody wants a predictable year.
Yeah, it's like at Christmas time when you have a gift and you're like, I know I made this list and it'd be really great if they got me that, but think of how much more exciting it is to find out that what someone got you just because they thought of you and they saw something. Like, that's so much more exciting and you're not expecting it. And who wants a whole year of predictability? I mean, yeah, we like to know what's coming, but at the same time, the whole year is predictable. Why? I don't know. It just seems pointless.
Yeah, I don't know what you're getting me for my birthday.
It's coming on Friday.
Yeah. It's on Monday. Birthday.
Yep.
Happy birthday, Adam. Let's just discuss this. Let's just discuss our 2020 predictions, but let's also hope for some jaw-dropping drops. Let's hope for Nintendo just being Nintendo and just, shocking us all.
Yeah.
Not with a Nintendo Switch Pro, but something just completely, backwater. Yeah, it's just crazy. But let's hope for some predictability, but let's also hope for some shockers.
Yeah.
Let's just hope for like a really good year for 2020 in the games industry.
Let's hope for a good year in 2020 in general.
True that. So again, that's our final thoughts. But again, we want to hear you in the comments down below. Write all of your thoughts. Write any predictions. Write any like what we got right and what wrong. Yeah, with that. But we want to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this episode, definitely give it a like and a share so that more people know about the Games Groceries channel. As well as if this is your first time here, if you want more of these, definitely hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you get the Midweek Speaks, our podcast, the Games Groceries podcast, as well as our Let's Plays. Currently, I'm playing Oxenfree. Liz is playing
Man of Medan.
So if you want all that, definitely hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And with all that said and done, we'll see you in the next Midweek Speak, or we'll see you in our Let's Plays coming out tomorrow and Friday. See you later.
Bye.